Hey guys, welcome back to another little mini chit chat video. Welcome back to another little mini reaction video. Good morning, everyone. Before we go ahead and jump into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Shout out to all our Purple Heart members. Thank you guys for all of your support in advance. Of course, if you didn't get a chance to catch the live, I will be re-uploading the video to YouTube. So thank you guys in advance. You guys are amazing. Shout out to all of our new subscribers. There are a ton of you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for joining. We hope you're enjoying the content. If you have any suggestions of things that you want to see, anything like that, just drop it on a community post or under one of the videos and let us know. And we'll be more than happy to go ahead and get into that content. So let us know. We are always open to suggestions, and we'd like some feedback from you guys. So just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. If anybody, again, has any ideas of things they would like to see or something that, they want us to try or whatever the case may be, we are open to that. So definitely go ahead and leave us that feedback. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do before we go ahead and get into the video is talk about the giveaways. So we have two giveaways going at the moment on the channel. The first giveaway is the road to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. We're super, super excited to do that. It's something that we like to do. I've done it over the years. So we're going to go ahead and do it on this channel as well. And in order to take part in that, it's an Uber Eats gift card giveaway. You can use for groceries, rides, whatever the case may be. If you use Uber Eats, then you know. So it's an Uber Eats gift card. It's an electronic gift card, so you must have a valid email address to receive the gift card, and you must reside in Canada. Those are kind of the stipulations for this giveaway because that's where I am. So that's the only place that the gift card would be valid. So that's exciting. We're excited to do that, and we're definitely on the way, getting closer and closer every day. So I'm super excited. Hopefully, we can hit this goal by Christmas. That would be a really, really neat giveaway to do for Christmas. So don't forget to like, share, and all of that. And if you want to take part, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. You must be subscribed, obviously. Subscribe to the channel, comment purple hearts under the videos, and you'll be entered into that giveaway. Again, the stipulation is you must have a valid email address to receive the electronic gift card, and you must reside in Canada to use the gift card. The next giveaway we have going, it's for everyone. This is a cash prize giveaway. It's the watch time giveaway. It's another giveaway that I've done in the past, and it's something. It's fun. It's something we like to do. It's a way of giving back to our supporters and saying thank you for your support and your time. So yeah, we ask that you watch the videos all the way through. Comment your purple hearts down below so we know that you watched the video, and you'll be entered into that giveaway. Once we hit the watch time goal on this channel, we'll be doing that cash prize giveaway. So those are the two giveaways that we have going at the moment. Um, and like I said before in my other videos, every time I go live, I will talk about them in the beginning just so that everyone has a chance to know about it and to take part if they want to take part. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and talk about this particular topic. I kind of saw it late last night as I was heading off to bed, and I was just too tired. I had already gone live and I didn't feel like talking about it then. So I decided I'd go ahead and talk about it this morning. So I don't know if you guys are aware. There was this there was a story on the news about this young black boy. He had created this TikTok months ago when the US was going back and forth with Iran. And it was kind of like supposed to be a joke. Everybody knows TikTok is like, it's not supposed to be super, super serious. So he made this TikTok. Was it inappropriate? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows, right? That's not my place to judge. But he basically was like jokingly threatening Iran not to mess with the US. It was kind of like patriotic and maybe, misguided. He's young. Isn't like he's a young guy. So, if 35-year-olds in a group chat can, talk about raping people and gas chambers and all that stuff, this little teenage boy maybe had a moment of bad judgment. Okay. However, this video has resurfaced on the internet and gone viral for all the wrong reasons. Apparently, the DHS reposted this video online and not insinuated, said out loud that these, people of color, these teenagers were threatening to do harm to ICE agents if they come to their city and all this other stuff. So, you know what that did? Of course, it got everybody all revved up and frothing at the mouth and sending the death threats and all that stuff. They always quick to get that jumping. So that started happening. The boy then asked DHS to please take down that video. It's fake. It's not his video. He didn't make that video. It's AI generated. And he's receiving all these death threats. Um, Nope. So they said no. They actually doubled down and said that he was lying and that he only said that because he was called out about it and blah 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 blah. I don't like whatever. Um so there's that. And it just had me thinking like the fervor, the response, the outrage, the anger, all of that stuff was very quick. It was like throwing gasoline on a fire. It was like whoosh. They were ready and with the pitchforks and they were ready. But there wasn't that same type of energy when you had these grown hardback men in a group chat, these government um employees in a group chat saying the most horrific things, like claiming to be the N word, and proud of it, and they would admit it anytime. And this is somebody that's up for a government post right now. Um, you know, that's Trump's guy. He's pushing for this particular guy to get into a particular office of power. And this is somebody who's claiming to be um an N, right? And he's proud of that and he has N moments and gas chambers and all that type of stuff. And this is somebody who would be in a high office of power, right? Versus this teenage boy who's here showing you proof, because there is digital proof. I don't think they realize that with all the AI and all of that stuff, humans still have the ability to fact check. They have the ability to go and do their own independent research. We haven't gone that deep into the matrix yet where we're hooked up that we don't have individual thoughts. So of course everybody was going to go and research the heck out of this particular story, and it turns out it was fake, just like he said it was, just like he tried to prove to them that it was. Like, think about it. Why would a group of 15, 16, 17-year olds be threatening Homeland Security or National Guard? The military? Really? The military. They just want to die that bad. They just have nothing to live for. They just chucking up the deuces at 15. Just come kill us now. Really? Like, I don't think people, that's what I'm saying when I talk about Americans and the way that the mental works. I don't think they understand that like the logic is not logicking for anyone outside of their hemisphere, right? Like it just doesn't make sense. Other black people hear this stuff and be like, "What?" That's like the people on top of the building in Independence Day just begging to be blown to bits. Like, who does that? Nobody. Like, nobody's doing that. Okay, they're just chomping at the bits to have this race war. They just want it so bad. They want these people to run out in the streets and actually cause harm to these people with these big, long, dirty rifles so that they can just give the call to start slaughtering people in the streets. Because it's you harm one, you harm all, right? The threats were coming from all these ex military people talking about they got how much millions of people they could call into action and come into and deal like go and sit down somewhere with all of that. Full of hate, just constant, constant inundation of hate every single day. It gets to a point where you're just so sick of it all, you get fatigued. Isn't that the word? That's the word. We had what is it? Efferon and find out and they have fatigue. Well, I'm so fatigued with all of this stuff. Like the constant everyday hatred, 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 just eating up that hatred. It's just ugh. Don't they get tired? How do you how do you have all this moral outrage for this fake TikTok clearly attempt to demonize black people once again to get everybody all revved up. The blacks are threatening the military. We gotta you know doing all of that, but this group chat here that's been exposed, that's actually real people, you can poke them, they'll say ow. Real people that work for the government that are spewing this hatred, right? And then you have this guy who's supposed to be the vice president saying, yeah, yeah, I know, but it's not that, it's not that bad. Like, for real. It's just a joke. Like, get over it. Like, really? Gas chamber, get over it. Um, all that type of stuff, graping the enemies, get over it. Really? That's that leads me to believe that in my opinion, in my humble does nobody care opinion, it seems to me that he's been privy to some of these group chats himself. I feel like he's in a couple of them. You know, that's just what I'm getting from the whole it's a joke, get over it thing. I'm assuming that's something that you also partake in. Um this is really, really sad. Like to just say it out loud, right? It's really sad that these people allowed white supremacy into their government and now you can't get them out. I remember when the worry was like Steve Bannon. We've gone way past that. We've gone way, way, way past that. Like these people are on the fringes themselves now because they've become the minority. They're the release the files crew. Like nobody wants, they're over there in the minority. um Everybody seems gung-ho, they're all chomping at the bits and they're all, let's get the military, let's kill everyone that's not us, all this stuff, and everybody's just going along with it. It's actually very, very frightening to see how easy it is. Like we didn't, I don't think I was born yet when they had this stuff going. Well, I was born in 78, so I don't know. I don't want to do my history right now, but I didn't have to live through the whole thing with Germany and the Holocaust. Like that stuff I learned about in history and stuff like that. But to actually see how a society can just converge on an ideology and just be like, yeah, let's do it, you know? And then cling to Christianity. Like, which Christianity? Which God? Not my God. Not the God I worship, not the Jehovah I worship. Like, you can't do anything in God's name that is this. Like, God doesn't sanction any of this. I don't know, you're fooling yourself. You're actually fooling yourself into thinking that you can shed blood in the name of God and then you're a Christian. Like, what are you talking about? What Bible are you reading? I am always so like blown away by the way these people just twist religion to sanctify their evil actions. It's crazy to think that judgment day will come and you'll be up there talking about, I did it for you, Lord. What? Man, you don't even get an interview. Just go straight to the left. That big fiery pit. Just go ahead. Anyway, that's just, I'm being a little bit facetious, but you have to sometimes inject humor because it would be all very depressing to think that we're going like backwards. Just, it's just really sickening to watch, just a complete annihilation of a society. It's crazy. Who would have thought that it would become like this? Like, I mean, I always knew, they were not fond of anyone that's not them. But I never thought that it would actually get to the point where they're in government, governing, and just wreaking havoc on certain communities, just really going after them, with just full throttle. And everybody, well, not everybody, because there are people who are pushing back against this stuff, but they are in the minority. You have a bunch of people that are just scared and don't want to get involved because they wouldn't want the wrath of whatever is happening to be happening to them. So they just kind of out of sight, out of minded, and that's a huge portion chunk. And then you have the people who will always show up to fight back. It's been proven time and time again in their history, right? There will always be opposition to this stuff. But the scary part is that the opposition is in the minority. Usually the opposition is in the majority, and they're able to stamp out that type of stuff before it gets out of control. Now it's the other way around. Like, you know, they're in the driver's seat and they are making the most of it, right? They're making the most of it. And it's really, really scary because we have years to go, not months, years. And who knows what it will look like when it's all said and done. It's really scary to think about, actually. Um, but not to go too much off topic. I just wanted to make that comparison. There really isn't a comparison, but I just wanted to make that comparison anyway, right? This little boy with this fake, you know, AI video and attempt to smear black people as being violent and they're just waiting to attack the officers in the military and da 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 da, versus real group chat, grown men and women in there spewing their hatred for humanity. Real people that work in the government, that taxpayer dollars pay their salary, and that are looking to get into even higher office of power so they can have even more authority. At least, Stephen Miller is out there with it. Like, there's no qualms about it. He's not, trying to pretend to kumbaya with anybody. Like, he's just who he is and he just own it. But it's the people that you don't know that are the scariest. These are the people who hide behind their professional badges and spew their hatred in private and plot and implement their evil agendas against the people they don't like. This is not a movie. This is not a what you call it. This is not a conspiracy. This is not hearsay. These are things that are coming out of their mouths. You can you can get clip after clip after clip after clip that is not AI, that can be vetted, that's on live television, where they're saying these things. And it's crazy. And everybody in their little Orwellian society is just like, yeah, I know, but you know, they say stuff like that. I mean, it's just um it's not really that serious. And then boom, oh, somebody's house was firebombed. I'm seeing a video of This guy is inside the man's dining room, like lighting his house on fire with 25 people sleeping inside. Are you sure it's just rhetoric? Are you sure it's just, banter and back and forth, and they're just on the online shooting it off, like they're just letting off steam? Are you sure? Because he was trying to burn the house down with people in it. Nancy Pelosi's husband, I don't think the hammer was fake. I don't think it was a skit, right? I don't think it was for jokesies. These are real people. The Democratic lady who lost her life with her husband. These are real people. This is not just rhetoric, online banter. They're just grown men just making they're just kids, they're just they're just kids. 35, just a kid. Wow. But 14-year-olds in Chicago, they're thugs and they should be given the death penalty, and we should, string them up by their bootstraps or whatever way you prefer and all that other stuff. But grown men spewing hatred, it's okay. It's just a regular day at the office then. Right. Something's definitely off. And the fact that they try to convince the rest of the world that this stuff is normal and nothing to see here is like, it's ridiculous that they think that they can brainwash educated people into thinking this crap is normal. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Some people won't agree with the things that I'm saying, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm just like, I'm entitled to mine, and I won't be changing mine anytime soon. So I really don't care. I'm not seeking approval. But I'm saying is, if you agree, let me know. If you don't, you can let me know. Keep it cute, and I'll keep it cute in return. I don't do the back and forth. Thank you guys so much for your time. For those of you who did come by, it's super early. So we appreciate your time. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who support us, we appreciate you guys. Stay up and stay blessed, and we will catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.